husband and Auden and I all use the public library. We come at least once a week and sometimes more frequently. If Auden is with me, then we normally come directly downstairs and spend time down here. And then sometimes, depending on whether he's got the attention span and patience, then we'll go upstairs. And he also has a younger brother who, same rule applies. We'll come down here first, get some books for them, and then go upstairs to the stacks so I can look at the new books there. And sometimes I'll use the computers that are downstairs here to be able to find a book where it's located and then go up.
People of Knoxville might think it's something like a little building that has about twice the capacity of the books in my school, which isn't very much. It's just a giant bookshelf. It's about those two shelves put on top of each other, those put on top of each other, two of them. Double, one in each room. It's separated by a big wall with two doors. We don't have all those giant adult books, and we don't have any movies. I like this one better since it has a wider selection of books. The last thing I checked out from here and really read was probably Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. See, I can't help looking at these books right now because I want to read all of them, and I just try and decide which one to read first.
I love looking through the books too. There's so many books for the children that are new that I haven't experienced before, and then the ones that I will run across that I had completely forgotten. As soon as I see them, there's sort of this synesthesia of saying, "Oh my gosh, I remember this. I remember looking at this picture. I remember reading these when I was his age," and loving that sort of cycle of sharing that with him. I also really value the librarians. On more than one occasion, they have helped in terms of me asking, this is what he's into right now, what books might you recommend in the fiction area or the nonfiction area, and getting that kind of help is really, really valuable. We didn't have that many children's books in our house. We were signed up for the Imagination Library program, and so we would get one of those a month, and we had books that we'd gotten through baby showers and gifts and such, but the collection of children's books was pretty small. So coming here once a week and we would pretty much max out the card and get as 30 some books from the children's selection. I really wanted him to love reading, and I wanted him to love the experience of coming to the library, and I think we've done that. But I also, as a mother, would feel somewhat panicked if we had exhausted that supply of books and we hadn't gotten back yet, because he didn't want to start reading things twice. He wanted that new book, that new experience, and I knew that's what was going to keep him happy, so I wanted to come back here. It's become part of my thought pattern of, oh, well, I want to check out that book. I'll check it out at the library. There was one recently it was an education text that they had at Borders, and I'd learned about it on Twitter, and I really wanted to check out this book, but they didn't have it here in the stacks. But the librarian was very helpful and said, you know what, let's see if it's available through interlibrary loan. And a week and a half later I had it, and I could have bought it at Borders and had it faster, but I really didn't need it faster. And I just love the whole concept that there's some other library somewhere that has this. We just share everything, and that's community. That's the way it should work. Getting the chance to see new books and to look at titles that I haven't seen before, it's that idea generation. And it's always something that makes me feel optimistic, because there are all these different things that I'm interested in, and I can take those home with me. So I always leave feeling better than I came. I don't understand why folks wouldn't use it, because it's this giant free resource. And particularly right now, and in Knoxville, the loss of Carpe Librum and the loss of Book Eddy in terms of what it used to be means that we are really without an independent bookseller. So when I think about what are the options, this is the last independent bookseller. It's not selling the books, but it's also not for profit. This is a resource that they have paid for through their taxes, and it belongs to everybody.
It's a good place for all ages, and you can get a book no matter pretty much whichever thing you want, whatever you want, about whatever you want.
I think they should know that it's theirs, and that if if they come here, they're probably going to find something that they're interested in. I hope that they give it an opportunity and that they realize that there's community to be had here, there's education to be had here, there's new ideas to be had here.
I'm Auden Gray Adams Cole. That's my full name.
I'm Karyn Adams.
I go to Nature's Way Private Montessori School.
I'm a consultant in communications and marketing with a focus on higher education.